Good evening. I am Marietu Sidibe and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. And now, here are the main local and international news headlines. The Q Group Foundation, together with QCell on Wednesday, donated 200 bags each of sugar and rice to the Christian Council for the Christian community as they observe fasting during Lent. The Ministry of Youth and Sports on Wednesday signed a partnership with global sportswear brand Umbra's country representative for the delivery of Umbra branded sports gear for all sporting disciplines in the Gambia. In observance of the holy month of Ramadan, APS, a money transfer service provider, on Tuesday launched Ramadan iftar by giving free meals to hundreds of Muslims to end their fast at sunset. In sports news, 2 Gambian boxers are competing at the Zone 2 Boxing Championship in Freetown, Sierra Leone, one of them reaching the final. In international news, a military court in Burkina Faso on Wednesday handed former President Blaise Compaoré a life sentence in absentia for his role in the killing of former President Thomas Sankara in 1987. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. The Q Group Foundation, together with QCell, on Wednesday donated 200 bags each of sugar and rice to the Christian Council to support the Christian community as they observe fasting during Lent. Momodu Laminchoy reports.
A humanitarian support to the Christian community at a timely moment during Lent. In respect for and recognition of the Christian community in the Gambia, the Q Group Foundation has presented 200 bags each of rice and sugar to the Christian Council for distribution. Ami Sise, the head of QCell Marketing, speaks on behalf of the Q Group Foundation.
So we deemed it necessary to come in today and provide some goods to the council with the hope that it would be distributed to the needy people in your community. I believe it's timely because Easter is just around the corner. So people would hopefully make use of it to make the delicious naan buru that we all get to share with you guys on a yearly basis. So we're very proud to present 200 bags of rice and 200 bags of sugar to the council.
Christianity and Islam, the predominant religions in the Gambia, have witnessed a rare convergence of their fasting periods in 2022, something that hasn't happened in nearly 30 years due to Ramadan's reliance on the lunar calendar. The head of QCell Marketing calls it a blessing and a nice coincidence and says this support demonstrates the Sunyabos concept in real play.
So the QCell, like you mentioned, Lord Bishop, is a Gambian company. And we believe in the Sunyabos concept, which basically says we value all Gambians, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of religion, irrespective of political views. What is important to us is to basically support Gambians and all Gambian initiatives. This might be the first time we're here, but we're hoping to further cement the relationship with the council. We hope that there would be future initiatives with the council where we could partner as well. At the end of the day, Gambians would benefit from it, and that is what is mostly important to us.
The chairman of the Christian Council, Bishop Yao Allen Odiko, thanks the Q Group for the humanitarian support to the Christian community, particularly the less privileged. Bishop Odiko also points out the Gambia Christian community's solidarity with the Q Group, which has existed from the onset.
We want to thank you from the depths of our hearts for this wonderful gesture from QCell, Q Group, of coming to give 200 bags of rice and 200 bags of sugar to the Christian community, particularly for the less privileged members of our community.
QCell, specifically the Q Group, is a source of pride for the chairman of the Christian Council in recognition of its services that have significantly contributed towards the socio-economic development of the Gambia.
Because we've been following your progress. And we are happy. Because of what? You are leading the way. You are showing the rest of other Gambians that Gambians can make it, that Gambians can do it.
Yes.
And this is the reason why we are proud of you. You are part and parcel of us. You are our brothers. You are our sisters. The work you're doing for this nation, we salute you, we hail you for it.
Supporting Gambians, particularly the underserved across the country, as a way of giving back, irrespective of religion, has been the focus of interventions by the Q Group Foundation. The philanthropic arm of the Q Group continues to support education, health and community development across the country. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports on Wednesday signed a partnership agreement with global sportswear brand Umbra's country representative, Ambassador Tijan Jaite, for the delivery of Umbra branded sports gear for all sporting disciplines in the Gambia. Ansumane Eswenyasi reports.
The signing of this agreement between the ministry and Umbra has been hailed as an important milestone in the ministry's drive to transform sports in the country. Following his appointment as the global sportswear Umbra brand's country representative, Ambassador Tijan Jaite embarked on several interventions, including the presentation of Umbra branded sports gear to President Barrow and Q Group's chairman, Mohamed Jah, for delivery to the country's largest multi-sport center, Q City. Upon signing the agreement, Ambassador Jaite, citing the country's stellar performance at the recently concluded AFCON, said Umbra watched with great admiration the strides made by the ministry to provide a national platform for sporting talent, and went on to thank President Barrow for his continued support to Gambian sports.
Since 1924, our founder, Harold Humphreys, believed that if you look smart, you play smart. He believed that products crafted with style and true insight gave Umbra athletes a competitive advantage. It's a principle we still celebrate today.
He also had a message for Gambian athletes who would be donning the Umbra brand to know that the product they will be wearing is the ultimate performance booster. Sekou K. Sanyang, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, expressed confidence in the Umbra brand and assured Ambassador Jaite of the ministry's complete support and partnership. He also thanked the Minister of Youth and Sports for his leadership role and contribution to making this partnership a reality.
The signing of this MOU marks the consolidation of a true partnership. The timing is right, as it is a response to the needs of the sporting fraternity of this country. Therefore, we must seize the opportunity to harness the momentum in line with our aspirations for development. The leadership at MOIS will ensure we follow a common approach in this endeavor.
Furthermore, he says a key tenet of the MOU is Umbra's commitment as part of its social corporate responsibility to support sport in the Gambia through training of trainers, provision of technology and equipment, as well as administrative, technical and digital angles. Ansmane Sonyasi for QTV News.
In observance of the holy month of Ramadan, APS, a money transfer service provider, on Tuesday launched Ramadan iftar by giving free meals to hundreds of Muslims to end their fast at sunset. The event was held at the Bruce Beton table in Bijilo. Omar P. Jallo attended the launch, and this is his report.
Commuters and passers-by received snacks, dates and water to break their fast at sunset. Following the launch, the APS team will be visiting 10 locations in several communities in the Kanifing municipality and the West Coast region to provide iftar. Mamadou Diouf, APS Managing Director, said they are again launching this year's Ndogu, aimed to help the needy during the holy month of Ramadan. Diouf added that APS is not televising the gesture for popularity, but for others to emulate them to help the needy. He further stated that the gesture is part of APS' commitment in supporting needy people and contributing their quota towards nation building.
APS in nature has found it necessary to take part of our business proceeds and cater for the underprivileged families or part of the population, for them to have at least something to break their fast with, so that together we share in the blessings of the month together. This is a series of events that we will be holding across the whole month, every other day we will hold one in one specific community. So as far as we are concerned, we should be targeting between 500 to 1,000 people.
Abdurrahman Toure, APS Manager, Business Development and Marketing, revealed that they will be giving out dates and sugar to their customers who receive money transfers during Ramadan in their branches in Bara, Farafenye, Kerewan, Soma and Basse.
We have people who, normally close from work very late, so before they reach at their destination is going to be almost after iftar. So we are not limited to the less privileged, but even those people, if you feel like you're going to reach very late, obviously you are welcome here to join our, iftar. You can come and grab your share.
Kadjatu Baji, a marketing officer, said Ramadan is a month of giving and APS is playing its part in giving food, dates and water to people. Daudangom, a beneficiary, applauded APS for the gesture and urged Muslims to pray and ask Almighty Allah to bestow His blessing on APS. According to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, if anyone gives food to a fellow Muslim to break his or her fast during Ramadan, then the individual will have the same reward as the one who is fasting. APS Money Transfer Service is a Gambian-owned company renowned for fast, reliable, safe and convenient range of services. Their services include sending money, food shopping called Nduga, cash power or mobile credit to families and loved ones in Senegal and other African countries. They provide competitive rates, low fees for instant and convenient remittance collection for customers. The leading international money transfer company takes pride in contributing social development as demonstrated in its latest support to the health sector. APS International Money Transfer is the only money transfer company to allow you to top your family and friends' electricity and mobile credit in the Gambia within a few clicks. APS provides safe, secure and instant money transfer to the Gambia and worldwide countries within minutes. They also have the Nduga service where people in the diaspora can purchase essential goods locally sold in the Gambia, especially during this Ramadan. Reporting for KTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local, international and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. Kanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using Kanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q-Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. Kanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q-Power and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Mariama Ba, a former senior nurse who worked with various public hospitals across the country, has been diagnosed with achalasia, a rare disorder that makes it difficult for food and liquid to pass from the swallowing tube connecting the mouth and stomach. As we hear in this report by QTV's Ansumana Esonyasi, Mariama needs overseas treatment.
Until June 2013, Mariama was healthy and worked full-time as a senior nurse at various public hospitals across the country. From SL Health Center to Kuntaya, Kerchorno and Pakala Clinic, where she attended to patients with various ailments. However, Mariama's current predicament has turned the once strong and healthy senior nurse into a helpless patient who now relies on a feeding tube for survival. Her diagnosis and medical reports reveal she has achalasia, a rare disorder that makes it difficult for food and liquid to pass from the swallowing tube connecting one's mouth and stomach. Achalasia occurs when nerves in the esophagus become damaged. And as seen in this photo, her family injects this porridge-like food into the tube, and since June 2015, this has been her only form of survival, as she can't swallow food nor drink water.
2015, betay mangi ak pay bini.
Since 2015 to date, I have been with this tube. I cannot eat or drink. All I get is pain. Where the pipe is inserted hurts a lot sometimes. I have been living in pain all these years with very little support. All I want is to regain my health. I want to be able to eat and drink normally like everyone else.
At the time of her first operation, Mariama was 4 months pregnant, and because of her inability to eat or drink due to her rare health condition, her unborn baby died in her womb. Another tragic turn of events for an already traumatized Mariama.
Help is all I need right now. I just want to regain my health. If not for the benevolence of my family members or my husband, I have no one supporting me. My family is financially challenged. I am asking for assistance to receive treatment abroad. I have been told by doctors that my condition can be successfully treated in Turkey, Spain, or India, and I am pleading to all Gambians to help me.
Having had 3 operations, including in Senegal, she has been recommended for overseas treatment, as her condition cannot be cured in the Gambia. She consumes 1 packet of this high-protein mixed food a day, and given her current financial situation, she can barely afford it. Omar Jata is a neighbor and family friend who dedicates most of his time supporting Mariama and her family. He recounts how a healthy Mariama helped many in the fight to regain their health. However, he sympathizes with her current condition and is calling on everyone to support her. We have been seeking for support all these years, but it has been very difficult. We are pleading with the public to help my sister. When she was healthy, she selflessly served her country. It is unbearable watching her go through all this pain every day. Mariama has been in this unbearable condition approaching 7 years. And with her condition getting worse, she regularly dehydrates due to the leakage of fluid from where the tube is inserted. All she needs is urgent overseas medical attention. Anyone willing to support Mariama can contact QTV on 333-3245 or email news@qtv.gm. Ansmane So Nyasi for QTV News.
Now on to international news. A military court in Burkina Faso on Wednesday handed former President Blaise Compaoré a life sentence in absentia for his role in the killing of Thomas Sankara in 1987. Ali Cissé tells us more.
Camarades, les mauvais maris, les paresseux, les voleurs.
This verdict brings to an end to the 6-month trial that began 34 years after the death of Sankara, whose assassination in a coup brought his ally Compaoré to power. Former President Blaise Compaoré and 14 other defendants were charged in absentia in connection with assassination of President Thomas Sankara in October 1987. Sankara and a dozen others were gunned down during a meeting of his National Revolutionary Council. Compaoré, a close friend of Sankara who took over the reins of government, is believed to have played a role in the killings, though he has continually denied involvement and denounced the trial as a political sham. Revered among Pan-Africanist radicals, Sankara was an army captain aged just 33 when he came to power in a coup in 1983. And the following year, he changed the country's name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, which means land of the honest man. Authorities in Burkinabe have suppressed all information surrounding 1987 killings and instead reported that Sankara died of natural causes. But human rights groups and the victims' families have consistently claimed to know the true details. It was not until Compaoré, after 27 years in power, was overthrown and fled into exile in neighboring Ivory Coast in 2014 that the opportunity arose to mount a serious investigation. Compaoré has taken up Ivorian nationality. 14 others were also found guilty, including Compaoré security chief Hesinte Kafando, who was accused of leading his squad that killed Sankara. Jilban Jenjere, one of the commanders of the army during the 1987 coup and the main defendant who was actually present at the trial, was also sentenced to life. He is already serving a 20-year sentence for a coup attempt in 2015. 8 other defendants received sentences ranging from 3 to 20 years, and 3 more defendants were acquitted. According to BBC's Lala C, the verdict was greeted by applause in the courtroom. However, it is not clear when or whether Compaoré will ever be extradited to serve his prison sentence. But what is certain is that the ruling is a victory for the rule of law and pursuit for justice, and has sent a strong message to human rights violators, military or civilian, that it is no longer business as usual. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
And finally, in sports news. Two Gambian boxers are competing at the Zone 2 Boxing Championship in Freetown, Sierra Leone. The boxers both had their bouts, with one losing and the other reaching the final. Our sports reporter Mamoudou Gajaga followed their progress, and he now reports.
Boxers Fode Baji and Aaron White had their first fights in the competition. In the 75-kilogram category, Fode Baji emerged winner after a stiff fight against Ansu Koka of Sierra Leone. He will now face Alphonse Mendy of Senegal in Thursday's final. Fode described the fight as tough.
I feel good, we prepare. Me and my teammates, Mr. Nyasi, the Vice President of Gambia Boxing Federation. I want to say big thanks to the Federation. They are doing a wonderful job. I happened to go to the final, The fight was tough, but, we expect that nothing will come easy,
Aaron White, the second Gambian boxer, faced Sifo Nelson Borges from Cape Verde. After several rounds, Borges, the Cape Verdean, was declared winner by a unanimous decision by the judges. As an amateur boxer, Aaron says he has learned a lot from the defeat.
Obviously, I'm disappointed to not win in my international debut, but it was great to have the opportunity, and considering I've just got back into boxing in the last year or two, it was great to be on such a big occasion and see where I'm at. And even though the performance could have been better, I'm not overall happy. There's still positives to take from it and stuff to build from. So.
4 countries, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Senegal and Cape Verde, took part in the competition. The Gambia boxers will use the competition as part of their warm-up for the upcoming Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games qualifiers in July. Mamoudou Gajaga, QTV News.
Before we end, here is a recap of the main news headlines. The Q Group Foundation, together with QCell, on Wednesday donated 200 bags each of sugar and rice to the Christian Council for the Christians community as they observe fasting during Lent. The Ministry of Youth and Sports on Wednesday signed a partnership with global sportswear brand Umbra's country representative, Ambassador Tijan Jaite, for the delivery of Umbra branded sports gear for all sporting disciplines in the Gambia. In observance of the holy month of Ramadan, APS, a money transfer service provider, on Tuesday launched Ramadan iftar by giving free meals to hundreds of Muslims to end their fast at sunset. In sports news, 2 Gambian boxers are competing at the Zone 2 Boxing Championship in Freetown, Sierra Leone, one of them reaching the final. In international news, a military court in Burkina Faso on Wednesday handed former President Blaise Compaoré a life sentence in absentia for his role in the killing of former President Thomas Sankara in 1987. That's all we have for you in this bulletin. Thank you for watching and have a good night.